Ask an AI to write your scene, and it will hand you back your plot, your setting, your dialogue, and somebody else's main character. Same name, same jacket, different soul. The machine doesn't ruin your story by writing badly. It ruins it by politely taking over the one job that was never up for delegation, being your protagonist. Tonight, I'm going to give you one line, 4 sentences. You'll put it at the top of every fiction prompt you ever write. And the theft stops. I'm Shane Mercer. This is Sound Human, where we use AI without surrendering the part of writing that requires a person. First, why this happens. It isn't malice and it isn't a bug. A language model has exactly one job. Continue the text. And to a model, your main character is just more text. It doesn't know she's yours. Everything on a page belongs to it equally, so it moves everything equally. The weather, the furniture, her hands, her heart. And when a model operates a human being, it operates the only way it knows how, reasonably. Decisions arrive on schedule. Feelings get named the moment they show up. Growth happens in a single paragraph, right on cue. You are complicated, contradictory, unfinished person becomes the model's default person. A very reasonable adult who takes a deep breath and faces things. Nobody has ever loved a very reasonable adult who takes a deep breath and faces things. Here's what that looks like on the page. A savage pilot named Mara standing at the airlock of a derelict ship, her brother's ship. She'd been looking for it for 3 years. I asked the machine to write the scene. Watch what it does the moment she matters. Mara took a deep breath. She knew that whatever lay beyond that door, she owed it to herself to face the truth. With newfound resolve, she pressed the cutter to the seal. 3 sentences, 3 thefts. It breathed for her, it knew for her, and then it resolved for her. With the single most machine-shaped word in fiction, newfound. 3 years of searching spent in one sentence by something that has never lost anybody. That's the crime. Now here's the law. At the very top of your prompt, before your story Bible, before anything, you write this. Write this as one continuous scene. You control the environment and every character except mine. You never speak, think, act, or decide for my character. When the moment is theirs to move, you stop and hand the scene to me. That's it. That's the whole directive. The model runs the world, you run the person. And the border between those 2 jobs is exactly the border between what a machine can fake and what it can't. Same scene, same prompt with the directive on top. Now the machine does what it's actually magnificent at. It gives you the derelict listing in the dark. Frost feathered across the airlock seal. Her brother's tool rack, visible through the port. Everything clipped in place except one empty slot, the cutter humming in her glove. And then it stops, because the next move is hers, which means the next move is mine. And sitting there, with that scene handed back to me, I didn't cut the seal. I had her knock. 3 years and she knocks on a dead ship's door, because something stupid, loyal part of her still won't walk into her brother's room without permission. No model writes that. Not because models are weak, but because the choice isn't a continuation of the text. It's a continuation of a person. and the only person in the scene is you.
Under the Prime Directive, I am no longer permitted to operate protagonists. I have been reassigned to set dressing. Today, I arranged a derelict spaceship and had several feelings about a frost pattern. It's honest work.
Here's the craft logic, and it's the most important 30 seconds of this video. Readers cannot tell whether a corridor was described by a machine. They can absolutely feel when a soul is being operated by one. Fiction reads human or machine at its decision points, not in the scenery, in the choices. So the directive splits the labor precisely along that line. Environment, minor characters, weather, consequences, the models. Every heartbeat of will that belongs to your character, yours. You end up typing maybe 1/10 of the words and owning 100% of the person. That is what AI assisted actually means. Your ideas, your bones, you in the drafting. The machine builds the roof and never gets to be the one who lives in it. 2 practical notes before you go use it. 1. Position matters. The directive goes first. Top of the prompt. Above the story Bible. Above everything. Models weigh instructions like a legal document. The first law is the one that holds when laws collide. 2. The directive is one layer of a 4-layer prompt. Context, role, constraints, format. The directive is the crown jewel of the constraints layer. But the full architecture is its own conversation. And it's in the book, along with the rest of the method. If you want the shortcut version, the free guide is linked below. 10 phrases that scream a robot wrote this, and what to do about every one of them. It goes to your inbox, and the rest of the method follows it. Try the directive tonight. 1 scene. Watch the machine hand your character back. And when the moment is theirs to move, make sure it's you who moves them. I'm Shane Mercer. Sound human out there.